Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. It's one love. One love. Welcome, welcome, Austin. Welcome, welcome. Now, let's see how we're sounding. It just started raining. So, Austin, you can let me know how it sounds. If you hear me well, just hit me up in the chat. Welcome, Austin. Let me know where you. All right, beautiful. Where you coming in from, Austin? Beautiful. Right. That. Boom. All right. Here we go. Uh, yes, yes. Flow on in, flow on in. Let me know how I'm sounding because it just started raining. I'm wondering if this is the best sound to utilize as far as technology goes, or should I pop in some earphones? So let me know if the white noise of the rain becomes too overpowering. And I will switch to earphones, making sure I have them. All right, so if we need to, keep me abreast of the sound. And we'll switch to that if needed. All right, I'll let you handle that. Jacinta, beautiful. Welcome, Margarita. Welcome. We made it. We made it around the cycle of 7. Once again to this powerful precipice called Wednesday. Welcome, Phil. Welcome. Yes. So incredible. So incredible. The journey we are on, everyone. I don't know if any of y'all have been in the subtropical region of Earth, and have you experienced the army ants and their activity in the forests is not impeded by walls and locks on doors and windows. Yeah. And they have a thing, and we used to hear about it when we first came to Costa Rica. It says, you know, when you stay down here long enough, you'll meet the army ants. And we say, well, what's that all about? Army ants, meeting the army ants. And they said they come to your house. We have a friend on the Caribbean side, and she has an open air house. So there's no doors and no windows. You know, openings, of course, where the windows are, but there's no screens or windows you can open and close. There's no shutting out nature. They're just in nature. Beautiful house. And they would tell us stories about the army ants And what they do is they come and they don't bother your food. They're strictly after the organic matter that has come from the forest. All the bugs and larvae and anything making nests in your home, in places you didn't know, behind the refrigerator, in the air conditioner, they are going at it. And they go in streams of them. I mean, literal streams of them. They create a ladder so the other ones can crawl up if they're going to an air conditioner, let's say, or maybe an area in the ceiling that has something and they found a way in, and then they're streaming in and out of that area. So incredible to see, like water, the flow of ants coming in. Welcome, Sophia. And I'm mentioning them because they're another level and layer of developing a relationship with nature. Most of the time, the story always ended, you have to leave. When they come, there's no staying, there's no negotiating. And I heard one person say they tried to sweep them, but it didn't work. And I was in a position several times they came where we needed the kitchen, and they were coming. You know, they were coming towards the kitchen. We had to get ready for school. You know, things had to go on. It's like, okay, hold on, ants now. And I just started sweeping with intention. That's what we want to hone in on, this intention to be, that's connected to will. As a matter of fact, when you hear the indigenous teachings of the Salagi from Diana Yahu, she directly links will with the intention to be. She also links will to light that emanated out of the mystery, out of the nothingness. And in that moment, I had to embody it, y'all, because the ants were coming, right? They were coming for the front door. I'm like, I got to teach. This is on Monday morning. I got to teach. Come on, y'all. Man, they came into my daughter's room. So we laid down some lemongrass, and I sweep. I sweep to say, hey, we need this space right here. I know you have something that you need to do. And I keep sweeping, and the patience, right? So instead of being distracted by the ants, being afraid that they might bite my feet, all the things that can create a movement away from intention, yeah? This inward space of moving into something, but you're not quite there yet, so you have to hold the vision of it. So that's where the tension is, right? It hasn't manifested yet, and you still need to hold the vision of it, even while circumstances are unfolding around you. And this is the quality of our talk today, where we're saying the way in is the way out. Let that sink in a moment. I heard it somewhere, so if anybody hears this and they know where it came from, I'm giving credit to where it came from without knowing who it was that originally said it. But let it sink in. The way in is the way out. Moving deeper into my need for the ants to stay in Sahaj's room and do their thing and not come into the kitchen because I had to teach. So that was an intention. The moment hadn't happened yet. I'm holding the vision of it. So there's a tension between this moment and a moment to come that I'm holding the vision of. And man, they were testing your brother's ability to hold that vision. We can call it holding the vision. Yeah, so today we're going to do a little reading around the sutras, the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. We're going to read them from a Himalayan master. And we're going to sink into these ways in which the mind can manipulate information that we've collected into a distraction. Even if it was the fear, simple as fear of my feet being bitten by these ants, because when they bite you, it lingers for a while. And when it stops, it stops. And they're not a small ant either. They're about the length of your thumbnail or maybe your index finger. They're not a small ant, and some are bigger than that. Yeah. So I'll deepen into that story as a foundation for our teaching today around calming the fluctuations of the mind, as the second Yoga Sutra says. The first sutra is now yoga. Now yoga. So in that moment, I'm with the ants. This is the yoga. This is it. I'm about to teach a yoga class. This is it. This is the yoga. This is it. Now it's happening. Now is when we are feeling empowered. Now is when we feel the confidence. Now is when we let go of the anger. Now is when we let go of the regret or resentment. It's in the now. And that's where we also have an opportunity to merge with our infinite aspect called consciousness. And that's where we're going to do a beautiful breathing practice that connects to that. So if this is your first time, I want to welcome you to our growing sacred circle, where we are coming together in the middle of the week to recharge ourselves with breathing exercises, as well as reacquainting ourselves with the ancient knowledge and teachings of now, I like to call it, these ancient truths and ways of understanding who we are that can help us navigate and operate in this modern time as we face the challenges that are greeting us in this now. We can cultivate a connection to the answers, to the solutions, with activation, right? And the way in is the way out. We're going to touch on these three activations through our examination of the teachings as you come with your spine nice and tall to tune in, and into the practice. We're going to accentuate and bring out these three activations. So we are no longer at the mercy of circumstances. No way. No way. All right. Let's just come in this position of balance. As you hear the rain flowing, I want you to have a sense that the rain is washing through you. As you press the palms together, this is a mudra of balance. Let me get up the clock here. This is a mudra of balance. So I want you to watch your breath, pressing the thumbs into the sternum as you press the palms together. And really feel the energy of the breath flowing in and flowing out. Beginning to draw yourself into the moment of now. Feeling the energy of your body enlivened by gravity, giving you a relationship to Mother Earth. Feel the pressure of your body on whatever you're sitting on. Feel this container we like to call your space suit. And let's begin to dwell in this space suit, recognizing it has special technologies that will give us the ability to have certain experiences to navigate through the mystery of life. So let's continue listening to the sound of the rain. And just take it in as it's washing us clean, allowing the light of the sun to permeate through every cell of the body as we approach the summer solstice, illuminating the darkness. Beginning as you focus on the breath, tune in to the thoughts that may arise that you no longer need. Let's take them into our sacred circle today. Feeling your heart center. Just take a moment Focus on the movement of the breath. See if you can hear the sound of the breath. And watch the muscles, tendons, and ligaments that are involved in the movement of this breath in and out. Feel the softness of it. Feel the body open to receive this life force we call prana and consciousness. This position of the hands encourages the conditions of balance in the body, particularly the nervous system, since the hands come from the same tissue that form the head. There's a sense of balancing right and left hemisphere of the brain. Balancing the nervous system, parasympathetic, calming, integrating, and the sympathetic, invigorating, movement. Coming to a place of focusing on the breath will move you out of the survival centers of the animal portion of the brain and the medulla that controls the respiratory centers. When we focus on the breath, we move into the upper centers of the brain, into the cortex, where we engage our ability to create, creating our identity, creating our response to the moment, moving into the higher centers. As long as you're not on your cycle of pregnant, really fill the lower abdomen with this flow of prana and consciousness into you. Feel that you're drinking that in and opening up the lower abdomen as the diaphragm flattens to create space for the lungs. Tune into that massage of your inner organs, your digestive organs, kidneys and adrenals. So we're going to tune in with the mantra. ABWOON. You can write that in the chat, Jacinta. This is the name of the great parent of creation from the Middle Eastern mystic texts, from the scrolls of those ancient times, where the initiates would sit on the bank of the Nile, just like we are, focused on the breath, hearing the flow of the water. 5,000 years ago, before any Nicene conference that compiled a book of these teachings called the Bible, they were sitting contemplating the connection to the source of life, the great parent of creation, different than a being sitting on high, judging us, determining whether we're worthy to enter into heaven or not. We were the ones that were given the authority to determine whether we would vibrate ourselves, activate the vibration of heaven right here on earth. Thy will be done on earth just as it is in heaven, right? So we are the ones that have the opportunity to activate. So as you're chanting on one breath, let me demonstrate. Close your eyes so you hear the sound current. I'm going to chant it gently so that the Zoom mic can really pick it up and you can hear the length of the chant. Hopefully it'll flow through. But the idea is to give each of the sounds attention, as if you are connecting to a companion. The A, the B, the W, the double O, and the N. This is a union, just like yoga. This is a union with the Divine Father and the Divine Mother. Abba is Father. So that is consciousness, as we learn it in our yogic texts. And then boom, boom, almost like boom, but boom, getting that end sound. Make that end sound with me. Feel the vibration. You really want to activate that, because all of the energies from the A, the B, to the W, O, channeling, O, make that O sound. O. Feel that energy as you draw your navel in. Flex your muscles like Kegel exercises. Flex the muscles of the pelvic floor as you feel the lifting of the pelvic floor. This channel of energy you become. Then the end. And then you bring that energy and it rises up into where? That frontal cortex. And what is that? This is the energy that motivates you to take that inner tension to be intention and move it into creative effort. You start releasing that dopamine, which is the neurotransmitter that moves you into that effort. And later on, as we come around the solstice, we'll be talking about programming that dopamine so it supports your effort through difficult times, because you know you're on the right path. And it may be difficult, but this path is going to be a balancing one. This path is going to generate the conditions for being healthy, experiencing peace, and finding the solutions to the challenge you face. Okay. Put a slight smile on your face. The whole mantra is ah. It's going to be such a beautiful feeling. Feel the vibration of it. Yes. Come into your inner space. The way in, and this is mantra, is one of the activation keys and powers. Activating, going in, by just simply using the technology of generating sound. Okay. Going in, and we're going to chant around 9 times or so. We'll see how we go, but I really want you to get a sense of this going in. The way in is the way out. Going in to awaken, activate the inner abilities, the inner intuition, right? Inspiration. Activate in the presence of circumstances that may be challenging. All right, pressing the palms together. Let's synchronize our breath, inhaling. Exhale. And just keep breathing, inhaling. I just had an inspiration that we're going to use this chanting and tuning in as our practice today. We're going to work with the sound and the breath, but we're going to linger with it. This activation is so very important that I just got the download to carry this into the summer solstice. If you can, keep breathing long and deep. Take it on as a love mission to every day come and be with this mantra. I have personally seen so many miracles unfold from it. The most beautiful ones are the stories when my daughter comes and she's remembered to do it. Allow yourself to be in the development of a friendship, of a relationship with this mantra. So we're going to chant it a little longer. All right. We'll go somewhere around 6 minutes. All right. So let's close our eyes. If you want to deepen the energy activation within your internal glandular systems of the brain, you can focus the eyes up and in towards the point between the eyebrows, or you can focus towards the top gate, that heavenly gate, the seventh energy center, where you are looking up at the stars. Okay? Otherwise, you just have your eyes closed and relaxed. So here we're going to be working with the breath and sound. Remember, in the beginning was the word. That's vibration. The word was with God, the generator, organizer, deliverer of this energy, consciousness and prana, delivering life so it can exist, this energy that fuels life, consciousness and prana. The word was with God, and the word was God. Come on, y'all. And I like to add, it is God. So this way of chanting, being with the Middle Eastern mystics, is a way to move into accessing pure consciousness. What does that mean? That we're dwelling in this moment, right? In this moment, in the now, because if you start hearing stories, if you start hearing emotions like fear, doubt, worry, even happiness and joy, we're drawing on the energies from the past to label what this moment is. And what we're saying is that in this time that we are growing through, it's important to have a cultivated practice where you don't label the moment. You just experience it as the energy of prana and the energy of consciousness that is originating from the source of your being. In it is the intelligence to tell you what needs to happen in this moment, the yoga now, the union of your human and higher self, so that you can calm these movements of the mind that will attach to a social media post. It will attach to a network news programming. It will attach to the outward world and create a movement towards developing an identity with it. But we're saying the way in is the way out. So let's go in, hands in prayer position. If you've dropped your hands, eyes are closed, choosing the eye position of your favor. And we're going to chant, Ah, Boom. And that allows us to work with breath and creating sound. If you want to deepen an activation, a vision may come. We're not forcing the vision to come. But if something comes and it needs your attention, you just send this energy into it. All right? How am I sounding, everybody? Sound is okay with the rain? Everything all right? Okay. All right. Thank you, Jill. Sweet. All right. We have a beautiful number. So let's take in this infinite energy that we're representing. If you turn the 8 on its side, it represents the symbol of infinity. Right? So let's, as we go into the sound, begin to feel your presence within the vibration and radiate it out. You may become aware of where this energy of love that we are generating as this sound current is needed. Maybe it's needed somewhere in your body, right? Okay. Synchronizing our breath together, we'll inhale, exhale. We'll inhale to begin. Ah. Oh. Oh. You can have your own flow, weaving in and out. Oh, find the sound that feels good to you, the tone. Oh, this is your place in the Creator, your origin point. Oh, feel the movement of your navel point, the sound coming up from your prostate and womb. Oh, oh, oh. Give the vowels and consonants attention, long, deep breath. Oh, oh, feel the vibration within you. Feel your bones. Oh, oh, less than 2 minutes to go. Oh, oh. Feeling the glowing radiance of the sun dwelling within your soul, illuminating your being. Oh, touch the awareness of what is time to let go of. Oh, one more minute. Oh, oh, oh. Relax the shoulders, feel the release. Oh. Oh. Last cycle, make it a little lower in tone and pitch. Inhale deeply and hold the breath. Lift the muscles of the pelvic floor as long as you're not on your moon time or pregnant. Feel yourself, sense the vibration, hear it continue to flow. Exhale, touch the left index finger and thumb. Face the palm up and let it rest on your thigh. Tuck in the index finger and the middle finger into the mound of the thumb. We're going to use the ring finger and the thumb just to clear out the subtle energy channels that will hold on to the feeling, or I should say it will become blocked, and then we'll have the experience of thoughts that we know don't serve us, and they keep being reoccurring. So when we do alternate nose breathing, and particularly we're going to do it in a direction of calming and opening the integrating aspect of our nervous system. So we're going to be inhaling left, close the left, exhale right. Inhaling left, exhaling right. Inhaling left. Exhaling right. Inhaling left. Exhaling right. And if there's any congestion, just relax your right hand down and imagine that you're inhaling left and exhaling right. Use your imagination if there's congestion or deviated septum. Inhale left. Exhale right. Last cycle, inhale left. Exhale right. And now hold that breath out. And we're going to inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Excuse me, inhale right. Apologize, y'all. Exhale left. Inhaling right. Exhale left. Inhale right. Exhale left. 3 more. Inhale right. Exhale left. Really allow yourself to empty, squeezing the belly button towards the spine if you're not on your cycle of pregnant. Inhaling right. Hold at the top. Exhale left. Hold it out for a moment. And inhale right, last inhale. Hold at the top. Lift the muscles of the pelvic floor. And exhale left. Let the right hand float down, resting on the thigh. Let the breath be normal. So as we sit on the banks of the Nile, allow yourself to be with the breath. Feel the flow of the prana. See if you can still sense the vibration of the mantra. These activations, focusing on the breath, focusing on movement, being conscious of the movement as we were with the movement of the respiration, movement of the breath through the left and right nostril. Maybe it's the movement of your stretching at night, focusing on the movement of the body, which can also be considered mindfulness. And then the mantra, chanting, vibrating, even if it's internally hearing the sound of the mantra, activating the vibration, because we know the ancient teachings are directing us towards vibrating the mantra so we can be in the vibration of our source, rather than the modifications of the mind. As it is said, Yogash Chitta Vritti Narodaha. That's how the second sutra is expressed. But I just want you to catch this part where it is expressing that the seer abides in its true nature. And that's what we're calling consciousness. When you are focused on the breath, you're abiding in your true nature. Yes, because the breath contains the union of consciousness and life force. Boom. That is what is feeding your ability to be conscious. So when we focus on the union of those two moving in and out of us, that puts us in a place of being conscious. Chitta, that consciousness. Therefore, the I. And this is the modification of consciousness, or the fluctuation. The first disturbance of consciousness, this fluctuation, there is, of course, a multi-layered meaning here. Remember, when we approach these teachings, these sutras, these truths, there's never just one meaning. Today, we're diving into this one. The fundamental meaning here, the very powerful meaning, is that the first distraction, disturbance, or modification of consciousness is the sense of I amness. I am Indian, I am American, I am Canadian, I'm a man, I am a woman, I'm a failure, I'm a success, I am fat, I am skinny, I am this, I am that. Nobody likes me, everybody likes me. I've been betrayed, people trust me, everybody should love me, nobody loves me. Me, I. As the Himalayan master Anand speaks about it. Right? These set up the conditions to identify ourselves with the modifications, with the distractions. So as you move into the week, just notice where you begin to attach. Right? Notice where the mind is now using consciousness to attach to an identity. And then immediately ask yourself, how am I breathing? Where am I? Become present. And what are the 3 ways to become present? You focus on activating your awareness. Awareness of your body with movement, right? So conscious movement. How is the breath moving? The breath. Yep, so you're activating your awareness. How am I breathing? Activating the conscious breathing will let me deepen my breath because I really wasn't breathing, I realized. By doing that, you shift from the medulla into your frontal cortex. So now you're setting up the conditions to be able to see what you create. Yes? Then the seer, once we calm the fluctuations of the mind, the second sutra, then the third sutra can emerge. Then the seer abides in its own true nature. Close your eyes a moment. Can you see a beautiful place in nature? Can you imagine this beautiful place in nature? This is proof right here that we're not limited, open your eyes, to what these physical eyes are sensing. This is connected to the mind. Or maybe I should say, this is a technology the mind uses to create that I-ness. Right? I-ness. Yeah, I just got that, y'all. Woo! All right. Is there anything, we're at the end of our circle today. I got a little enthusiastic with the teaching and the mantra was so incredible. How's everybody feeling? I want to check in with you before we part from each other. If there's any questions about what we talked about today, I usually like to leave a longer amount of time. But thank you for that. Touching base with that, Jill. Yes, that's the idea, to root into your true self. Yes, Austin. Thank you for being here and sharing your heart. All right. Thank you, Carol. Beautiful. Beautiful. So carry this into your week until we connect again next week, and we'll deepen into these ancient truths that were written by a gentleman named Patanjali and how appropriate they still are today. Right? And we'll open ourselves up in a deeper way. Now, listen, the summer solstice is approaching. Okay. I encourage you to play and be in a divine experiment where you focus in more on your nature, being connected to nature around you, even as far as the planets that are arranging themselves in this position that the ancients would recognize as a time when the sun is the greatest illuminating energy in the heavens. Because I say greater because it's lasting longer than any other time of the year. So this is the time to go into your meditations, your visions, intentions to be, as well as, like the army ants, going into the spaces within where you know you haven't tended to certain aspects of your being that you need to tend to. So as we part, before we chant out and close our circle, I wanted to read a little bit from the Shaman's Guide to Power Animals. And just to see, I haven't looked at it. It's been on my mind. It was a love mission in another group, a Monday yoga class. But let's look, the powers of the ant, since it's coming into our consciousness. Cooperation with others and enjoyment of socializing. Interesting. A life unconstrained by ego. Whoa. And a virtuous dedication to the collective consciousness. Wow. The presence of prana and consciousness. Wow, that's what we're collectively connected to. So we remember the true essence of the seer within. It doesn't use the mind, it doesn't think, it doesn't calculate. Wow. Willingness to work hard to build a better place for all to live. So let's take that into our week. Let's allow that osmosis of this energy of love permeating us as well as energizing the collective. Let's hold that vision, that the collective experience of our consciousness on earth as an earth family will radiate this energy of love and create a space to live in that benefits all. Wow. All right, let's pray out, family. Everybody all right? Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Creator, giver of our breath, for gathering these hearts together in this infinite way. Only you could have designed and synchronized this moment. And therefore, we accept this as a small but powerful miracle that we can feed on, be nourished by infinitely throughout our life. That as we gather consciously and connect with you, activating the awareness of the movement of this body, mindfully moving it, the awareness of the breath and its movement, and activating our ability to create sound that is sacredly connected to you, we are then the presence, and your will shall be done on earth just as it is in heaven. We lovingly allow this energy to flow out to those that are having challenges, that they sense and experience the solution bubbling up from within, that all beings are fed and nourished so they have the power to create a beautiful place for us all to dwell. Thank you for this beauty way. Thank you for this love that dwells among us. Thank you for this sacred circle. And we ask this prayer for all our family and all our relations. Ashe, 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 Ahom Yatakweyase, Satanam, hallelujah. All right, family, go forth and be that wave of love. Write down the miracles, keep your eyes open, and write down some of those visions as you come into that summer solstice energy. You know, drink more water, more water, more water today than you think you should, because we cleared out some channels. So drink more water, pray with your water, thank the water. I love you, water. Thank you, water. I love you, water, before you drink it. Okay. All right. One love, family. We'll see you next week. Yeah, thank you, Phil. Thank you, everyone. Margarita, thank you. See you next week.